we're back again. I'm Jesse Shadouse, and always next to me, this suave dude right here. And we are here with our special guest today, ladies and gentlemen, a very funny comedian and my friend. Give it up for Eugene Torres.
What up, crew? This is my first time meeting Daniel Patrick, but I like a man with two first names and then one last name.
That's Alex Soto's fault, by the way.
Daniel Patrick, and then we threw the Hodges on there. We need
Serial killer.
That's so much to say, dude. Like every person that brings me up, they're like, fuck that.
Yeah. A three-beat name is good. Eugene Torres is kind of that, but Jesse Shadouse, that's there you go. That's the three-beat.
Dude, you know somebody told me I should change my name. Okay, so listen. So this guy had this scheme up in the Brick City Boys up there. He had this scheme that he'll make this fake talent agency together, right? I'll headline. It'll be this other guy featuring, and then he would host. Okay. And so then he sends me like a copy of it. And I was like, dude, did you just write my bio? I didn't grow up a fat kid. I grew up a skinny kid and became a fat adult. I was like, I wasn't a fat.
That's a worse origin story,
right.
by the way.
Yeah, totally. I was
fucking in shape as a kid.
I played sports. I ran track, dude.
You said call him a fat kid?
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I was like, I have a bio on my website. Literally just take the bio from my EPK and put it on there.
Bro, when you play, because I headline a lot of clubs, I don't know where they get the information from.
Oh, sometimes they write their own. Yeah, they do.
I don't know where they get the information from.
Well, yeah.
Where the fuck did that come from?
But if you know I have one and you're my buddy, you fucking put my bio on there. And then he goes, you know, your name is, I'm like, what? He goes, you ever thought about like changing it or something? So like maybe like Jesse Black or something? I was like, and I just left that shit on red. I didn't even fucking.
No, you don't want. First off, so I mean, there's a reason I go by Eugene. Eugene's my middle name.
Yeah.
So I do that still because I kept it real.
Yeah.
Like I could have did Shane something else. Yeah. Like Torres is Towers in Spanish. I could have done Shane Towers and whatever. Fucking made up a name, right? But like it didn't feel real.
No, it doesn't feel right.
It felt more real just to go, well, Eugene is my middle name still.
Yeah.
Let's just take that and put that together. Yeah. All because of the other comedian, Shane Torres, who's hilarious. But like,
but it makes total sense. No, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. And like, dude, even I remember back in the day, Ray.
Reyes?
Yeah, Ray Reyes. I was, because I had even thought about it early. I was like, man, my name's so complicated or whatever. And he's like, bro, no one's going to forget that name. It may take them a while to get it. He goes, but once they know it, and no one's going to forget that name.
But also, you kind of want them to say it wrong.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. It gives me an open right when I get on stage if the guy introduces me wrong.
But also, you're a Google now.
Yeah.
You right? So people go, you know, Jesse should I, whatever, and then they'll fucking put your name into Google, and then they go, okay, now we found them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we found them. Yeah. You ever Google yourself to see your internet footprint, to see like all the crazy weird shit that pops up?
You know what I was doing the other day? It was funny. I was sitting at the house because I'm well known enough in the comedy now that ChatGPT knows me.
That's funny.
So I was randomly, we were watching, my wife and I was watching True Blood. And I was in the middle of watching this show because it dies in the last couple of seasons. It jumps so.
I never watched it.
Yeah, it's good early on. Like it was like Emmy nominated, but then it jumped. Then just jumped the shark. It jumped oceans.
I'm so glad you said that.
It jumped oceans.
Oh man!
And so I was kind of checking out, and I was just on my phone on ChatGPT going, write True Blood jokes in the voice of comedian Eugene Torres. And it was just writing these jokes for me. Now, they're not like great jokes because ChatGPT doesn't know how to write a
No,
good
it really
joke
doesn't.
yet.
It doesn't.
But you could see how they were kind of doing it in my conversational style and just going, hope this punchline works. This is a joke.
Yeah.
And it like broke down like the kind of comedy that I do.
Oh, wow.
And like said, well, Eugene Torres delivers comedy and this kind of pace, whatever, this and this and this.
Wow.
And then it would like take like references from True Blood and try to turn that into bits, but in my cadence.
What?
That's fucking insane.
That's wild. Yeah, like I ChatGPT won't. Okay, so like say like you want ChatGPT to write you a joke in the style of another comedian, right? Like you would.
Yeah.
So like I did it to see if it would, which comedians it would do it to, and it will not write you a joke in the style of Bill Burr because it thinks it's offensive. It will literally tell you like, well, we don't like, we try to stay away from this kind of material, blah blah blah. It'll tell you it won't do it, and it won't do Tom Segura. It won't do any comedian that you love, but it'll do the Jerry Seinfeld, no fucking problem. It'll
YouTube doesn't even notice Tom Segura. You have to go deep in and look for YMH every time.
Well, I mean,
subscribe.
Just subscribe. Yeah. Problem solved, Riri. I get notifications when there's an episode. I'm like, hey, there's another episode of YMH.
Continue, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. On YouTube, you do have to put something in the search bar for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of how that works.
Dude, we just add it.
Oh, that's going to be a good clip. Oh,
he described how YouTube works.
Thank you.
And he goes, "This is how YouTube works. Can you believe you have to do it?"
Well, in his line of work, he has a lot of elderly clients. He probably does a lot of explaining how shit works on the internet.
Can you imagine when I'm like learning them? They're like fucking false
First off, the
information,
elderly are playing us. The elderly are liars. They're playing us.
My mom.
They fucking are.
I've done this as a bit on stage. I don't want to bid us up. But I've done this as a bit on stage twice, and it started as just a riff because I would do a joke about adult films, and then I would be like, "You can't get like porn anymore in Florida without giving your license or whatever." And this old woman, she had to be 70s, yelled out, "Yeah, you just got to get a VPN." And I go, "I remember when you old bitches didn't know how to hook up a VCR. And now you got me connected."
Wait, what's a VPN?
You're changing your IP address.
I'm kidding.
Oh, dude, I was like, what are you talking about?
I mean, I don't know where you're at because you just explained YouTube. So, like,
that is a factual statement, sir. Listen, my mom, she knows how to do shit. My mom was always the techie in the family until she got older. And then she's like, finally, she admitted one day, she goes, I know how to do stuff. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You guys need to do it for me.
But that's life. That's
Oh, yeah.
And people know how to do stuff. They just don't want to do it.
100%.
And that's
so true.
That's everything. That's your relationships.
Yeah.
Every relationship you're going to have. And me and my wife's relationship is solid.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. But you guys are a great couple.
No, she's Irish, but our relationship.
No, that works though.
It's solid. But I know when she's not doing like she'll make me like cook food for her, but like it's microwavable food.
Oh,
She'll be like, "Can you go like do this?" Well, I'm a good chef.
Okay.
Like my dad was a chef. I know how to cook. But like if we're doing something that's microwavable, she'll be like, "Can you go do this?" I don't know how. I go, "You don't know how to use a microwave? You're in your 40s.
That's crazy.
And she don't want to admit that she just doesn't want to get up and go do it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, you could take she likes cream spinach.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, she did learn about cream spinach though. But like she could take like a bag of instant rice and be like, "Cook this," and she'll be like, "I don't know how." I go, "It fucking tells you on the box. Just put it in there and put 90 seconds."
It's are thick though, right? What I was getting at with that is I date a Puerto Rican girl and I'm Scottish, so close to Irish.
Yeah,
we're good, man. It's like a good fit. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Well, I don't know because I don't know if racial or ethnicity.
No, it's because she's dominant and he's submissive.
Exactly.
He doesn't mind her going, "Do this over here." Okay.
See, but I'm a nurturer by like I take care of people. Yeah. I'm a nurturer at heart, but I would say like alpha. I'm more dumb. Like, but so is she, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's not
not like with you, but with like everybody else.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah,
that's good. That's what you want. That's what I like.
But like also like, yeah, you would think you would need an alpha and a beta, but that's not how we are at all.
No, but sometimes that's great because yes, it's great that you take the masculine role in the lead and everything, but it's also great that she's got such a solid head on her shoulders. She doesn't mind going and doing shit herself, which frees you up to have other time to do other shit.
You want to be a Sigma.
You know, we talked about that on the date night podcast about like the alphas and
That's
the
an alpha
betas and
that
the
lets-
sigma.
See, that's what I'll talk about date night stuff with you the whole time because like I talk about relationships.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
We should have you and Michelle on date night. That would be fun.
And the thing is like
That would be fun.
I'm a big relationship person.
Yeah. Me too.
And like I was never a bounce back and forth person. I didn't date around. This is a line from Patrice O'Neill, but Patrice O'Neill once said, "You know how many 2-year one-night stands I have?"
Yeah.
And I had never related to something more in my life.
Yeah.
Great.
And I think you got to find that right person. I think we're coming out of it. But there was that era where like people would talk down on people getting married or talk down on being in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I know you're at home by yourself now. So
those people are lonely now.
You think loneliness is better than hanging out with my best friend every night? What are you talking about?
Right. And they'll do sad videos of like, this is my dinner I'm having alone and I'm watching Gilmore Girls. And it's like,
my favorite thing to do outside of stand-up comedy is to just sit at home with my wife. We'll take an edible and we'll see what we watch that's hilarious.
Bro, there's nothing better in that. Dude, I look forward to coming home so much.
And she gave me I haven't worked this bit out too, but she gave me a funny thing because she'll get the munchies. Like, dude, I take an edible, I'll eat this whole storage unit. But like, she loves cream spinach.
When she's baked, that's her snack food.
When she's high?
We're high. And she goes, we're high. And she goes, can you cook us some cream spinach? I'll go, sure. It's a microwavable bag. I get up and I put it into the microwave and bring it out to her. And she was, I don't want to say confused, amazed by the process it took for me to bring cream spinach to her. Because I bring it to her and she goes, that's it. You just heat it up? And I go, yeah, you just heat it up. And then she goes, it has the cream and everything in it already? I go, yes, it does. And then she goes, I go, yeah, it has the cream and everything in it. And she goes, wow. Bro. And it wasn't like a dismissive, like, wow. It was pure amazement and joy where she went, wow.
That's wild.
No, it's better because I know her and I can see her face.
Did she come close to her parents?
Yeah, she comes from a great family.
And that's hilarious.
From a good family.
She goes, I immediately wrote that down, and for some reason, when it was in the mind, like I was for some reason writing in the voice of Pete Holmes, who I'm a huge fan of.
Oh, I love Pete Holmes.
He's a top 5 to me. He's shaped a lot
hilarious.
of my way of thinking. Actually,
he's on tour right now on the podcast.
I love Pete, and when she's doing this, all I could hear was Pete in my mind going, "Wow!" like pure amazement, like bliss.
Yeah.
Just like that was a spiritual moment for her going. For 43 years,
that's good.
I thought there was more work that went into bringing cream spinach to me. It took 3.5 minutes. The cream's in it. The fucking milk's in it. If I wanted salt and pepper, that's all we had to
She's
add.
like, I could have been eating so much more.
I go in my mind. I'm going back to her in college, going and living in a dorm, going. I could have been eating this at 20 years old, just putting it in our microwave.
By the way, just a side note, you brought up 2 fucking insanely good comedians. You pulled 2 great. So
I'm obsessed with comedy, and I've been that way since I could walk. My family knew I was going to be a comedian. I was a pageant baby. I was a performer. I would do anything for the laugh, even at like 4 or 5 years old. And my mother would always tell me, you were going to be a comedian. And I didn't really even know what that meant at the time. And then when I got a little bit older, 6, 7, started watching stand-up. I grew up in an area where there's no entertainment. So even though I fell in love with it, it didn't seem something you could do.
Oh, okay.
So I had a long route to get to doing stand-up comedy, but it's always been a part of my life. Appreciating comedy was, and like my dad, the currency on my father is funny.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you want my dad's attention, especially growing up. My dad's a very loving person now, but growing up, if you wanted his attention, you had to be funny.
That's dope.
So going for that
tough.
joke on my dad was what we were all trying to do. And my dad is to this day the funniest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like he's the best. I'm a storyteller, but I'm a storyteller because my dad's the best storyteller I ever heard.
That's all. That's
Right.
all
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah. That's
a funny one.
I mean, that's a lot of times where like you get that stuff. You know, you get that from like I get my sense of humor from my dad, and he's got a dark sense of humor, and so I have a dark sense of humor. Mine's probably darker than his at this point, but like he had HBO when we were kids, so I was watching Delirious and Raw.
Box office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Watching Real Sex.
I did watch that too. But
who did it?
Yeah, and Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah, that's definitely HBO.
My uncle had Real Sex on demand. I remember.
Oh my god!
I could go through and scroll through I was down here because I was a good basketball player, and my uncle was my AAU basketball coach. So I would come down to Orlando and stay with him, and he would go work and then come home. And it was just on demand. Which episode of Real Sex do you want to watch while Tio's out there baking?
I would be known by 20. Like, I'd be porn. It's hard.
I was bouncing back between NBA Summer League games, and this is the best way to go down on a lady.
My dad was dating a lady once after my birth mother. He was dating this lady, and she had this huge VHS collection. So they would be out doing whatever they're doing, and I'm just watching VHSs. Well, I didn't know the bottom 3 rows were like hardcore porn.
Yeah.
And so I'm like fucking 8, bro. I put in this movie. The next thing I know, I'm watching some chick where there's a line of dudes lined up like right next to each other, and she's just going down the line. Yeah. I was like, dude, I watched a blow bang at 8. I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
That was her fetish. Like, no woman would just have a random. Women are very like methodical.
But there was by the time that I was of age to even like be thinking about having sex, like really, because you go through that line of puberty where you're like, oh, this is interesting, you're intrigued by it, and then you get to the age where it's like, I should be out here having sex.
Yeah.
And when I lost my virginity, I came in like a pro, like I had studied the game.
I bet.
And like I had been working.
No, you don't have to go on.
Were you there? He's like, I bet.
Yeah, I
mean, if you're studying.
I mean, as a child, I was on message boards going, okay, so this is how you find the clitoris, and this is where, like, so when I went into my first vagina with the confidence of a grizzled fucking pro. Like, not me. Not me.
Listen, we didn't have that shit. We didn't have, dude. Listen, I didn't have that. I mean, the internet was barely around when I was in high school. Barely. It was.
Here's the. I've never said this on a podcast before. But here's the shit that I came in, because I'm an open book, by the way. I'll talk about anything.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
But I went in the first time I lost the only time you lost your virginity. I lost my virginity. I'm gonna circle back and hit it again. I was in a basement at a friend's house. There was, I won't say a party, but a bunch of us had just got together to kick it.
Yeah.
And there was some lady that I didn't know. And we're here talking, we're chatting, and we go down to the basement, and I know things are about to heat up.
Yeah.
And she had been in the game before, and this was my first time really lacing up my shoes and getting in. I was finally coming off the bench. And
put me in, coach.
So we're down there, we get to kissing or whatever, and she's on her back, and she goes, go in my purse, I got condoms in there. She came prepared. I open up the purse, and this sounds narcissistic, and I hate to fucking say it, but it's just a reality. That's when I found out that I was more well endowed than most people. Because she gave me this condom, and I could not get I knew how to put a condom on. I knew.
He's like, I'd seen the literature, I'd watched the films,
but it was just a regular condom, and I put it on, and it was like choking me to death. But I managed to go on because I'm a germaphobe too, so I was like, I can't be going into this strange and catching something my first time. So I was like, let me chokehold my cock as I go in for the first time. First pump broke. Like, I didn't bust, but the first pump, the condom broke.
Damn.
Yeah, and I pulled it off, and this is what I said verbatim. I go, you must only fuck dudes with small dicks. That's what I said to this woman.
You know, you're a better man than me because I just wouldn't have said it.
Dude, the first time I realized I was a little bit more in doubt was when I saw my father's small.
But I would have just been like, it's like it feels. And yeah, but by the way, I've never looked at a condom and been like, well, this isn't going to work. So kudos to you, sir.
Well, I didn't know. I'm Latino. I'm not a dick watcher. I know white folks like to be dick watchers.
We do. It's fucking weird.
So I didn't know. Like, I wasn't a dick watcher. Like, I didn't learn about white people doing that until, like, I was on an all-white basketball team.
Wait. Define dick watcher. Who's just watching dicks?
Been in a urinal and like,
no, never. Not once.
Liar.
No.
Now you probably know how YouTube works.
I've never been like, hey, what you packing? You know,
Here's what it is.
I don't want to see that man.
I know what yours looks like now.
What?
Okay, I've never peed.
Here's what it is. I was on an all-white basketball team in high school because I went to an all-white school. And it was just me, and I was like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch and a bowl of milk. And I was in this locker room, and they're running around, smacking each other on the ass, like going up and like literally like lifting each other's sacks.
Oh yeah, they'll do that. That's I was not part of that crowd.
Yeah. So there was a part of my locker room that I go, this is for Latinos, this is for white people. Bro, I go, you guys don't come. And
I've been on the Latino side, and for sure.
So I wasn't looking at the only other penises I had seen were in porn.
Yeah.
Right. And you go, okay, well, these guys are supposed to be the giants or whatever. So I didn't know what everybody else was bringing to the plate. Yeah, and by not knowing that, I didn't know what I was bringing to the plate. Right. Because there was no comparison. And
there's dudes that are going to be watching this podcast going, fucking.
So I literally learned while losing my virginity that I didn't fit the regular condom. I learned that in that moment. And then my dumbass teenage mind was like, you must only fuck dudes with small dicks, which I feel like the biggest douchebag now to say that.
No,
she was in the moment. She was probably happy.
Dude, you were a teenager. Of course it was a douchebag thing to say. You don't have tact as a teenager.
Yeah, you're pregnant.
You're just like, I'm gonna break this pussy. It's fine.
I didn't go. I didn't bust on my first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of common. That's actually kind of common.
Yeah, no, I went yeah, I was a marathon guy my first time.
I feel like girls like that.
Well, I learned about so I think women are liars. Your whole youth you hear women want a big dick and you want women to go forever, and then you become an adult and you realize none of those are true. They don't want a big dick. They want a average or slightly above.
Girthy.
They want average or slightly above.
They're gonna fall out of reverse.
And then they don't want to go forever.
No. Dude, a good if you put on a 25-minute show after you've already made them bust a nut from oral, they're good. They're ready to go. That's a workout.
You ever seen that one where the guy makes the girl, he times it, he goes, this is a minute, and he makes her for a minute, and she's like, fuck this, 30 seconds.
Yeah. And that's part of I like being in relationships. I know what we do.
Yeah.
I know our routine. Yeah. What do we got? This is a need. This is we're having dinner. So we're having dinner right now. I know what you like to eat. You know what sides I like. Let's knock it out and we're done.
I like that.
But mine's kind of she reads those like smut fantasy novels, like not the like the ones with the werewolves and the crazy shit, right?
Oh, I'm into that, by the way.
So sometimes when we're doing it, I turn on like a monster voice and shit, like, and she's like, "Fuck yeah, that's hot." No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll talk to her like I'm a werewolf. I'll be like, you like this fucking werewolf dick, don't you? The fucking you know, not like that. I mean, that's pretty stupid.
She's like, I wish that would transform too.
Yeah, I bet she does. I bet she wishes this was a werewolf dick. This is a fucking meat. Yeah. My fucking dick is a Toyota Corolla.
I wish Dr. Frankenstein would have sewed on another opinion.
Right, yeah. It's the great. Now I gotta have Opus Clip cut that out. That's why we don't have the pictures up anymore. It's fine.
Oh, that's subjective.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is the greatest podcast.
I'm a big Monsters fan. Like I'm a nerd at heart. I'm literally wearing a Dungeons and Dragons shirt. I'm a nerd at heart.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like an alpha nerd.
Sigma.
Yeah, it was weird. Like growing up, it was like you hid your nerdom, and it was like I know how to fucking fight, but it was because I wanted to be Batman. Like I wasn't like I'm gonna be the toughest guy ever. I was like Batman became a superhero by learning martial arts.
I took karate because I wanted to be a fucking Ninja Turtle. I had my dad sign me up and everything. I got to the fucking green belt before I gave up.
And then at 17 years old, I'm fighting grown men in cages.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Hey, he did MMA and
There's no fucking way. To me, that's like.
Yeah, I'm undefeated.
So
if I didn't do stand-up comedy, if I never went out to this open mic, I would still be fighting to this day.
Now, let's talk about that. Like where was your first open mic?
Tin Can Pub, Springfield, Illinois. There was this cat that was as a martial artist, as an MMA fighter, I was also a coach. Like I was very good, especially in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I would also help coach. And we had this guy come through that was just a regular guy. It would have been like if either of you decided to train Jiu-Jitsu, you're probably not planning on getting an MMA fight. So I was just coaching this guy. And he told me he was a comedian. And I'm like, okay, I've always wanted to do that. I go, you're a comedian, how you do that? He goes, just come to a show with me. Now, he had built this to me with the confidence that he was a real working comic. And I didn't know. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So he took me to an open mic. And I go to this open mic and I watch it. And I'm going, man, these guys are terrible. I go, I can do this. And I go, how do I do this? And he goes, you just sign up and come back next week. Or it wasn't next week. Springfield had like the open mic like every 3 weeks or something. It was
once a month.
Yeah.
Twice a month.
So I signed up, wrote 5 minutes, came back, had the best set of that open mic. And as soon as I'm in the pocket delivering jokes, getting laughs. Now, if I looked at that set now, I would fucking crush.
I've watched mine. I filmed it.
Jesus, I couldn't even do that. Like that would be a fun show to go back and watch your old sets together. But I would kill myself. But I had the best set of the night. And in that moment, I go, everything I'm doing now is gone. This is all I do with stand-up comedy. So I had one more fight. That was July 20th, if I'm not mistaken, of 2012. I had one more fight in October or November that year. Last fight I did, just comedy from then on out.
Yeah.
Well, see, you got lucky. You grew up having to appease or like make your dad laugh, so you were probably timed perfectly. Better than most open micers, I would have.
I did an Anthony Jeselnik impression.
Dude, we were like fucking a lot alike.
Okay, let's not say that.
That's a clip. That's definitely a clip.
He's like, don't do me like that, dog.
I'm just better at skateboarding.
You probably are better at skateboarding.
And he almost went pro.
Yeah.
He broke his back.
But MMA, you kick my ass all day.
Oh, come on.
Wait, no,
Did you say MMI?
Jeselnik.
Yeah, he would definitely kick your ass in MMI.
No, MMA. MMB? No, I'm just kidding. I know it's MMA.
So I did
UFC?
KFC.
I did that open mic, and then I started doing I was like, this is all we're gonna do from here on out, is just do stand-up comedy. Now, the way my dad was funny is not how I started.
I was gonna ask that.
Like I was mentioning, like before the podcast started, I fucking feel so narcissistic. I lower my intelligence level. I'm a very bright person. Like I could have went to Ivy League schools. And I lower it to the layman's terms now, just to make people feel comfortable. But I immediately saw the math in what Anthony Jeselnik did.
Right.
So even though that wasn't my favorite style of comedy, and Jeselnik's great, I'm not denying that. Or guys like Hedberg, those guys are great. Stephen Wright, those guys are great. But I saw the math in what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy for me to go, they're getting laughs like this. This is how I can get laughs right out the gate. So I just did. Here we go. Here's a setup. Here's a complete left turn. Make it a little blue. One laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the next joke. Let's do the next joke. Mm-hmm. My dad would come home and do full act outs of people. Mm-hmm. I wasn't doing act outs until 7-8 years into doing stand up.
Yeah.
Like, because as an act out, you're just like, you got to commit to that. And then if that bombs, you just feel like the biggest dumbass. Like I just did this whole complete act out, and then nobody laughed.
Yeah, I started doing act outs early, just because I always loved I loved watching like the old Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I always loved that. But I ate so many dicks early on doing this whole thing that I thought was hilarious, and everybody just was like, no, it isn't. No.
Yeah,
No.
I like what you said about whenever I try to put too much intelligence into it, and I'm like, this joke's good. It's never as good
Well,
as dumbing it down.
I had to do that in my real life too.
Oh,
I haven't. So I do this thing every year
Are you
where
doing it now?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes,
Damn it.
I do this. Yeah. As soon as you almost hit me on a skateboard coming out of a storage unit, I was like, dumb it down.
Dumb as fuck.
the YouTube thing didn't help either.
No, here's my issue. Like I was a very advanced kid. Like I could read in pre-K.
Yeah.
Like so when I did kindergarten, what they're teaching me, I already knew. I was already doing math. And I could have got moved up 2 or 3 grades, and my parents didn't want to do that because they were like, "We just want you to feel like a normal child. We don't want to put like this level of expectation on you. We want you to feel normal." So
that's good.
I breezed through school. Like I did not try, but
Doogie Howser you.
But it was hard for me to understand. People don't grasp concepts like I do, and I had to learn that. And I didn't learn that until my late 20s, by the way. Like, so I do this thing and I do it where I try to improve on myself as a person every single year. I go, what can I work on? Where are my faults?
Awesome.
And let me try to be better in that regard. So that was one of the things I worked on was realize, hey, this is where my breakdown of communication is I find it difficult to talk to people who aren't thinking on the same level that I am. So I had to go, it's going to be much more difficult for me to bring them to me. You got to learn. You got to go to them. And I had to, because I used to get real frustrated. I used to get very frustrated and go, how are you not grasping this?
Yeah.
And I would go to parties or I would be hanging out with people and I would literally tell them, the person would bring me, whether it was a girlfriend or a friend, I would go, do you want me to take over? Or do you want me to not talk? I go, because that's all I can do. I go, there's no middle ground for me. I could either take over right now and be like the man of the party. I could hold the court. Or I could not hold court and I could just sit there and I'm not going to be rude. I'm just not going to be.
In fact, you know yourself like that.
No, yeah.
And now I've learned to be the middle ground where I can chameleon my way through things. But I had to learn that. It was tough to take that in.
I find when I'm talking to a lot of people just in general, that I have to change my vernacular. Like words that I take for granted, like everybody should know. People look at me like with a puzzled look on their face, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I gotta," and I'll say something else, and they'll go, "Oh, okay," and I'm like,
"Yeah, I notice people don't have enough patience with me."
No, look, a lot of people. You got to understand, a lot of people. It's not that they're not smart; they're just not. They're not worldly people. They don't broaden everything.
It's ignorance.
They're just
ignorance. So
ignorance is different than being dumb.
We have this weird, like kind of view on the word ignorant in the world where we think ignorant means you're an idiot. No, it just means you're not familiar with. You don't know it. And most people are not dumb, but they're ignorant.
They're unaware.
Yeah.
Like, I'm completely ignorant how to run a fucking backhoe. I don't know how to do it. But there's some guy that doesn't know shit about Star Wars that can run that motherfucker like a champion.
And I could.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
I grew up, my dad was a chef for a while, and then he started getting into labor, construction, heavy. And as a child, he would take me out, and I would be working backhoes. I would be working all sorts of type of heavy machinery as a kid. So I have a fantastic dad.
That's awesome.
I have the best parents you can ask for. So it's weird too, like when people say this as comedians. I don't know where our theme is, but people say this as comedians, like you had to come from kind of like tragedy to be funny. Mine is not from my family at all. Mine is not like I had the best parents a kid could have. Like we didn't grow up with much, but I didn't feel like we were growing up without.
Right.
Because that's how good of parents they are.
Some of my favorite comedians are like Sarah Silverman, greatest parents ever.
But I ended up finding that like looking back at it with more knowledge and more experience, it was tough to find where I fit in at.
Mm.
And I was not a not popular kid, but even though I could be popular, the people else that were other people that were popular, I didn't care to be in with them anyway.
Yeah, they were douchebags. Yeah.
So like I had to find like, I guess, I mean, if you listen to my headliner set, it's all about finding your identity of who you really are and where you fit. That's what I talk about in comedy. And so I guess that's my tragedy, if anything. But like the whole we had to grow up bullied or grow up this or that.
No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
I think that's silly.
I think that I kind of had a similar experience in high school because I hung out with nerds because I like nerdy shit, but I also played sports. And so I had this mix of people that were from all different groups. And they would, you go to lunch and whatever, and those groups split off, and then you're hanging out with your core group of friends that you kind of grew up with or whatever. But like, I was kind of cool with most people, generally speaking. Not like I can see that. Yeah, I didn't get bullied. I wasn't in a clique. I just hung out with people because I thought they were interesting.
I didn't get bullied because I would fight you immediately.
I got bullied.
Yeah, so I learned that at a very young age. I was always a scrappy kid, but that's my father. That's the Latino in you. That's just in your blood. And I learned at a very early age that most people who are bullies, they don't want to fight.
Yeah, they don't.
And for me, 50 Cent said this one time. He said it recently. He said something along the lines of, I never want a problem, but if you want a problem, then I have no problem having that problem.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. And I related that because even to this day, and I'm a very loving person. I'm an empath. But like, I don't want to have a problem with you. But if you decide you want to take something somewhere, I'll join you on that adventure.
Yeah. I find that most people, I find that most people that have done martial arts of any kind, or that like they get into MMA or whatever, I find that they're usually calm people. They're not the guy that's going to start the fight. They're the guy that'll end the fight.
Like to this
conflict resolution, not
if one of you were to fight me, and I mean I know we're friends or whatever, and I'm not even talking about the beating I would put on you.
Are you fast runner?
But what I mean is like even to this day,
he'll
like
catch me.
I wouldn't I wouldn't punch you. Yeah. Like, and not because I just wouldn't break my hands on you. You wouldn't be worth it to me.
Oh, wow, that's a whole other level.
Yeah,
but also
I would choke you.
Yeah,
I would immediately to hip toss you or some type of takedown to you and then choke you out. But I wouldn't. Why it would make no sense for me to punch something unwrapped and break my hand on some guy that I shouldn't be fighting, but because he wanted to fight me, I had to go. Hey,
yeah. You gotta remember him.
Well, and like if you ever seen some of those clips of like MMA fighters in the world where like somebody picks the fight with them that they shouldn't, it's never a fight. It's just a submission hold and the guy's out and then he's on his way. It's a complete
these alphas, wannabe alphas, walk through this world with this energy and they've never been touched by somebody who really knows how to fight. And put it this way.
That's a good point.
90% of the world right now has nothing for me in that regard. So it would be like the same way, like I am to the regular person what John Jones is to me. You know what I'm saying? So like that gap right there,
it's a big gap,
is where it's like John Jones. I don't know. I don't know how it would be. But like he would beat me, but like I could literally take a person that's untrained and you would be tapped out in like 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is being gracious.
Yeah, but that's how you're supposed to handle that situation, because it's the least amount of damage to you and the other person, but you're getting rid of the situation completely. You're eliminating the problem.
And that's why I became funny. That's how I got out of situations. Yeah. Try to make the bully laugh or some shit.
And for like but I also when I was younger, before I had trained martial arts, like I was a scrapper, but I was untrained. But as a kid, I was different. That was another improvement I had to make on myself. As a kid, you say it, we'll fight right now. That's who I was as a kid. And that's why I didn't get bullied, because bullies would go, oh, if we say something to him,
he'll do it.
we're now in a fight.
Yeah.
So I didn't get bullied or anything like that because I would fight you. I had to learn now, hey, you don't got to fight everybody. You can just be chill. Now I'm chill in situations. Like I've had guns pulled on me. I was chill.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
35.
Okay, so you're still young.
I was a couple of years ago, my wife and I were at Trans-Siberian Orchestra at the Kia Center. It was the Amway back then in Orlando. And we're all dressed up. We look nice. I got like a suit jacket on or whatever. She's in a dress. And we're walking from the Kia Center to our parking garage to get our car. And we walked down this church street, and there was nobody on this street. Except there was one guy to my right who had a pillowcase in his hand. And there was one guy on the other side with a bike. Now, I have been in certain situations. I have a lot of experience in this kind of thing. I whispered to my wife, I go, hey, this guy in a pillowcase, he's got a gun on him. And this guy over here is his lookout. Just listen to whatever I say, and everything's going to be good. And this is how calm I'll keep it in a fight, too. We're walking, and this guy with the pillowcase approaches me and my wife, comes up to me, and I can see the gun now. And I go, I'm not the one you want to do this to. Probably get somebody else. And me and my wife kept walking. He probably wanted to rob me. We look like guys who maybe had money, right? I'm in a suit. She's in a nice dress. We had our wedding ring on. Her fucking wedding ring is ridiculous. Like, we look like somebody you would probably want to rob.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I calmly go, hey, I'm not the one. Maybe do somebody else. They immediately changed their energy.
Oh, yeah.
And I just kept moving, and everything went. And as we walked, and as I walked by, I go, he had a gun on us, Michelle. He was going to rob us. I keep that level of cool. The week before, my friend had got robbed gunpoint. They threw him in a van and took him somewhere and dropped him off.
Yeah, that's me. That would have happened to me. I've been like, hey, I'm not the guy. He would just start laughing. He's like, no, I think you're the guy.
By the way, I'm not encouraging you to act like that.
Okay,
no, but I will say this on that is that you were calm, you were confident, and you exuded that to him. And that guy probably was like, oh, well, I don't know what the fuck he's got going on. I'm not taking any chances.
Typically with a gun, as somebody who's trained years of self-defense, typically with a gun, a guy doesn't want to use a gun because that's it, right? You use the gun, you're either escape or you go to prison forever, right? That's essentially it. So most guys don't want to use a gun. So when you walk by, and I'm not telling you to do this, so please, if you're listening, don't do this.
Do it. I want to see.
but when I deliver that line,
trial and error.
When I deliver that line, I deliver it not like it's a movie.
Yeah.
I deliver it in a way that you feel that. And you go, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to use this gun if I decide to rob him.
Yeah, it sets that, like, it's not an escalation, but you know you're going to have to escalate if you're going to attempt any of this.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to shoot somebody in order for this. Right.
Yeah.
So put gun in a fight now.
Yeah. So now I got a pillowcase. I got a gun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been in situations like that. I've taken a handgun away from somebody who put it on my rib cage one time. Once again, that's not to be the Jason Statham of comedy, but like I was at one time I took a guy's rib cage. But I was just bouncing. I was a bouncer because I used to make stupid money as a bouncer, and I was in the hood, and somebody put a gun on me, and I took it.
He does an amazing Russell Crowe. Do that shit. Do his line when the guy comes up to him. Yeah.
Well, okay, I think I remember.
Yeah.
What was it again? What was the line?
You're gonna want to pick somebody else for that.
Yeah.
Dude, I love his Russell Crowe.
All right, but now what impression do you got, Jesse?
Oh God.
I'm not an impression guy, but I will join a bit. I gotta just figure out where I fit it up.
I have a bunch. I mean, who should I do? Connery in that situation?
Yeah,
like, listen, lad, I'm not the one. You might want to find somebody else, lad. gonna be rough.
The only impression I was ever really good at, and I don't even know if I could do it anymore, was the voice from Saw.
That's so scary.
The gravelly one.
Yeah. Hello, I'm gonna play a game. And we would prank phone call people as in high school because when Saw came out,
man.
and I was on, like we could really do this, and it was back in the MySpace and Zynga days. I don't know if y'all remember Zynga.
Oh.
Zynga was a weird type of social media.
Zynga was it was almost like a weird, like one of those like Badu is now, or one of those things where it's like a peer-to-peer messaging, basically.
And me and my friend Josh, by the way, shout out Josh. He was gonna take a fall. We started pranking everybody in our school and doing it incognito.
Oh no!
And like yeah. So this kid Daniel Watkins, he was dating a friend of mine, Christina, and Chrissy. And we were very close. So Daniel was hanging out with us one time, and I don't know why he believed it. I don't know if he was just dumb. But Josh gave him a cell phone and said, "Hey, this guy called you." And Daniel went inside to take it. And then I called on my phone, but blocked the number and did the Saw voice to Daniel. And was kind of like telling him crazy shit and making him spill his heart to me and Josh on the other side about Chrissy, about our friend Christina. So I was like, you got to be serious with this. What's your flaws? And I had him telling me his flaws and everything, but I was doing it in the voice of the Saw.
God.
And
freaking.
yeah, he's like, but he's almost like calm, like he's in trouble. And I'm like,
He's like, I sucked the dick.
I'm like, I'm
like your mom.
I'm not the kind of guy you want to play with. I can't even do the voice no more. I lost it.
Yeah.
But I was doing like this kind of stuff, and he started like spilling his guts to me. So my friend Josh created social media for this guy, and we started just adding people on social media. And
It's
then,
kind of brilliant.
and then we would talk their names, and we would prank phone call them, and like just it got ridiculous to where we were saying shit like the key to the device is in the penis that's gonna be in your ass. Like that's how crazy we got with it. This person who we had fun.
Wait. Whose penis was going in his ass?
I don't know.
You think it was happening?
Josh created that line. I just went with it.
I was just trying to figure out, like, who's this mystery guy that's gonna fuck him in the ass?
Nobody
Were
knew.
you like, okay?
Nobody knew.
Your ass is going in.
It's insane.
He's like, you guys want to fuck me? No, I didn't say that.
Because Josh started doing voices too, and he got it down, and we were just calling everybody. But I remember, and that's the line that he did one time that stood in my head, where he's on the phone with this kid, and he goes, the key to the device is in the penis that's going to be put into your ass. And I'm like, yo, you're just getting wild. Like I was having him. I like the emotional aspect of it. He was just going crazy, but it got
Like looking at everyone for the key.
bro. It got so wild. There was this girl, Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe.
Yeah, that tells you exactly where I was raised.
Yeah.
And she,
Hey there, Bobby Joe.
White?
yes,
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Bobby and Joe was white.
Yeah.
I don't know if she got jealous that nobody had messaged her or called her or whatever, but she showed this to her parents. And they showed them all our social media and told them about this. And she acted like she had been called, but she hadn't. But her parents called the FBI on us.
Oh my God.
That escalated quickly.
Yo.
Her parents called the FBI on us. And this is how 100 of a friend Josh was. Josh goes, you have the opportunity to play college basketball. He goes, you could go to Yale, Harvard. He goes, if any of this comes to us, he goes, I'll take the fall for all of it.
What's his name?
His name's Josh.
Fucking shout out to Josh.
Fuck,
You're a real one, Josh.
I realized, good knowing you, Eugene.
We're gonna pour some out for you.
And so every now and then I go visit him in prison. No,
That's nice. That's nice of you.
no, but he's good. He's got a family. He's awesome.
Is that a bit yet? That'd be a great bit.
No, it's not a bit because
Yeah.
it's so absurd. I have to bring the audience to that. But like that's a real story. Like we got the FBI called on us, and Josh goes, let me handle it. He goes, you're not involved. I'll take over the whole thing. And he goes, you live your life. And he goes, I'll get out and we'll figure it. And he didn't get in trouble because obviously the FBI was like, this is fucking stupid. But he was willing to go.
Listen,
That's dope.
you could totally preface it with my friend and I used to prank phone call people in high school until the FBI got called on us, and then tell the story.
Yeah, I've never even thought about really doing it as a bit, but like,
that would be a great bit, and Josh be like, you say all the things that Josh said, and then be like, I'll take one for you, and be like, and then that fucking line about, so I visit him every now and then. Brilliant.
Yeah, I put a couple of dollars on his books every time I get a good gig.
Yeah, I put some money in his commissary.
Yeah, every time he gets 10% of my comedy checks from now on.
Yeah, that joke you should.
He's got so much coffee right now.
No, you're great. I have a question for you. It's a little off, a little switch. What is your favorite audience? Have you ever
a diverse audience? I need diversity. I need so when I started comedy, I did a lot of black audiences. So I actually used to prefer
that's what we talked about.
That's how you got.
I love black audiences. Love them. Love them.
Well, and by the way, I feel more comfortable around black people than I do white people.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
I get that.
And that's nothing to say. First off, I grew up even though I grew up in a small white town, based on the experiences and places I would go when I would leave that town.
Yeah.
I grew up in more of the hip hop culture.
Nice.
I got along with certain other people. The white people that I was familiar with were white country people.
You remind me of someone I know.
And I knew that wasn't who I was, right? So like, of course I went and did all the black rooms, right? I did, and I was doing like shit in St. Louis with this dude HD. He's a fat white dude, but he's no longer with us. RIP HD. But he was another dude who did all the black rooms, and he would take me and my friend Marquise, and we would go do these black rooms in St. Louis, and then we would go up to Chicago and do the black room.
St. Louis black rooms. That's real. That's real.
I mean, I did a joint called the African Kingdom in East St. Louis. That was like the second or third time I was on stage.
Sounds like the Cotton Club.
Yeah. The second or third time I was on stage, I did a place called the African Kingdom in East St. Louis.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I did a room called the Cotton Club.
Yeah.
All black room. I was like, name this shit, dude.
Well, you know why it's named that. It's how old was it? Like it's
old.
Yeah, like
a prohibition thing.
I feel uncomfortable when I start seeing the word plantation. And and when I'm like driving from like Orlando, because I play the Carolinas a lot, and you go through Georgia and then the Carolinas, and you start seeing cotton fields and stuff, just the look of it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When you see the cotton fields throughout Georgia and then going up into Tennessee.
Yeah, and it's weird too, like, because like I don't know, because I would, if things went the way that the Confederacy wanted, I would be picking sugar cane down with the bottles.
Listen, dude, you can't help but drive through there and expect like fucking Don Johnson's character from Django to come walking out. Come on in, y'all. Would you like a mint julep?
We went down to Everglades City. My wife, I, and one of our really, really good friends. We went down to Everglades City. It's obviously a redneck town in the Everglades, but for some reason, one of my best friends is a gay guy in his 50s. And he just goes to all these places where nobody is, and he just chills there. And he goes to Everglades City, and he's became friends with these rednecks who you never would have thought would have enjoyed the company of a 50-year-old gay guy. Yeah, right? Fine. And we went down there in the height of COVID because Florida.
Right.
And we were still like adhering to like, here's our mask, here's this. And whatever the rules are, let's just fucking do it and make it easy. But we went to this place, and it was like an old museum of Everglades City. And as we're walking in, this guy who looked like a prospector during the gold rush opened up a window from up top, saw us in masks, and goes, "Y'all guys don't need your masks down here anymore. Y'all know where you're at right now, don't you?" And I go, "This is the fucking Hills Have Eyes people."
Yeah.
Oh, yes. They're not catching COVID.
Black people never bullied me. It was the rednecks. I'm always more comfortable around black They were never the ones bullying me in high school. Always rednecks.
I didn't go to school with that many rednecks growing up in Orlando and I went to Oak Ridge, man.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge, but white people were the minority. So I always felt at home in that environment, and I've lived in hoodish places my whole life because I could never afford not to. So like that shit doesn't bother me. I mean, my next door neighbor was a crackhead at my last house.
So even growing up, there was 4 9 white kids where I grew up. And everybody else was country white. Yeah. It was me, and then there were 3 foster adopted, some were fostered kids that were essentially my cousins, because by getting adopted or into that family, you would be my cousin. Mm-hmm. But they were 3 black kids, so it was me and them, and like. That and then all country white people.
Can I tell you real quick?
Yeah.
The reason that I got bullied, I wasn't like some little fucking beta bitch. It's because back then
that came later in life.
Yeah, I learned how to be a beta. Skaters and rednecks hated each other. Like jocks and skaters hate each other. Until I was in my first magazine, did jocks start liking me? I was
into skating. I was into like Stevie Williams.
Yeah, fuck, dude. The people you name, your comedians, your skaters, are like real hits. Like Stevie Williams, like a real deal.
Like Stevie, Tony Hawk. Yeah, Stevie, it's like
dude, he's the GOAT.
I mean, I was always into like doing kind of crazy shit, but like Stevie, when I saw him on a skateboard, I go, "Oh, this might be for me too."
Yeah.
So by the way,
that was BMXing for me.
By the way, Stevie, the way Stevie is, and I'm not black, but the way Stevie is with skateboarding is who I try to be in the animal world now. Because because like
good as fuck.
I don't I'm not the persona that would be the animal person typically.
I think, and we talked about it a little before the podcast, and I wanted to bring it up, but I think what you're doing now, where you're letting that world not be compartmentalized with everything else about you, I think that's the total package of Eugene. I think that's the interesting shit. People want to know who you really are, and that's part of who you really are.
I just never like to put. I was weird on what I mixed into comedy for a long time, and the reason for that is I don't want to be pigeonholed into he's the cat that just does animal bits now.
No.
Or he's this.
But you have so much else in your repertoire that throwing that in.
I like the fucking French you put on repertoire too.
Yeah.
You
I do that shit. I was a skater and in a theater kid.
I wish I had theater, and my life would have been different if I grew up in a school, because my school had 200 people in it total.
Oh wow!
So like if I grew up in a school that had a theater department, there's a chance I'm not even a comedian.
I usually get dogged out for that.
I would have been a thespian.
Well,
I hit it from skateboarding.
I'm a musical fucking diehard. I would be doing musicals. Like I literally
favorite hip hop group.
Favorite hip hop group.
Off the dome.
Group or artist?
Group.
Does a duo count as group? Does a duo count as group, or do I need more than 2?
You can do 2. That's cool.
Outkast.
That's a good one. That's a good hit. I knew it was gonna be a deep hit.
But because I could go like a group like
Wu-Tang.
Slaughterhouse doesn't have the discography for me to pick Slaughterhouse.
Okay.
But those were some of my favorite MCs growing up. But I mean, Outkast has never missed. Even if you even if you go listen to Idlewild, which people would thought that was a bad album when it came out, it's not that bad. Yeah. It's just when you compare it to,
it's different.
Great. Yeah, it's still great.
They experimented. You got to give them props for taking it in totally different directions with hip hop.
By the way, 3 Stacks is originality at its deepest, right?
Yes.
And that's the level that I aspire to get to in comedy, not just.
That is so dope.
Not just like I'm more inspired by non-comedians, by the way.
Yeah.
But like I want to bring that level of spirituality, introspection, storytelling. I want to bring all that into comedy. Like nothing I do on stage is fake. That's a rule of mine.
Right. That's Tracy Morgan.
I don't do anything on, and of course we all add hyperbole, but like none of what I do is fake. And the only line I have in my act currently that is not real, but it is based on me seeing my grandma do this, but that's not real. After I'm done, I say that actually didn't happen. because I can't.
Right.
I cannot say it.
Yeah.
Like so I do a joke right now because I have a chunk on religion, and I go, my grandma, when I was younger, I saw my grandma catch the Holy Ghost. Well, I thought she did. Turns out she had a stroke. She's no longer with us. R.I.P. Grandma. And she didn't really catch a stroke. So after that line, I go, my grandma didn't catch a stroke, but she did catch the Holy Ghost. And then I go into that about
Right.
part of
That's
religion.
Right.
That makes it even better.
But I can't say that line and not tell you that didn't happen.
Well, just because
I
it's
appreciate
because you know what, when it comes to people being dead or alive that are close to me, you can't. I feel like if you lie about something like that, that's like you wishing that they were gone in some dark way. Like, you know what I mean? Like not really, but like you can't say that. Like if I'm like, I make a joke about my dad being dead, my dad's not dead. I don't want to talk about my dad being dead if my dad isn't dead, because I love my dad and I love my mom. I don't want them to be dead.
But I mean, if I talk about that, like the day my Puerto Rican grandfather died, I went on stage that night and did 20 minutes just riffing about him.
Yeah.
And that became one of my key bits.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
But that's how I do comedy. Is a lot of comedians write what they think the audience will find funny.
We just talked about
we
that.
talked about
That's the shitty comedian that does
yeah,
that.
And
they don't succeed.
And it's also like,
That's
I don't write even jokes that I think are. I don't even write it because I think it's funny. I write it because I feel like talking about this.
okay.
And then my job as a comedian is to add the funny to it. But I don't write it going, this is hilarious. I go, I want to talk about this. Here's the funny in this. So like the best way I could say that, just to keep it like a pretty above board topic, I hate people who shit on marriage. And it's always people who fail at their marriages that shit on it. So like I have a joke because I talk to, every time I talk about marriage, somebody will raise their hand in the crowd or yell out, "Oh, fuck marriage, I've been divorced." So I've read a chunk about that because one time I riffed, I go, "No, you don't hate marriage. You said you were divorced 3 times. You like marriage more than I do. You're just the Cleveland Browns of marriage. You play fucking football. You just suck at it."
And
dude, you clipped that, didn't you?
Yeah,
because I saw that. Yeah.
But that was a riff when I did that.
Yeah. You can tell.
And then I go, okay, well now I'll put it into. I'll write that as the bit. But that's really how I feel. It's like,
oh yeah,
like you don't dislike marriage. You just are a loser at it, and you don't have enough self-worth to find out who your actual partner should be.
Right. Yeah.
We're wrapping up a little bit. We only got 3 minutes. I want to.
Well, 3 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
We can go a little over. It's fine.
Well, actually, it sounds stupid how I say it. I almost said 3 minutes, 7 minutes past the hour. I'm sorry, my brain is in a weird.
So you have to type in the search on YouTube, and then you can find YMH.
Dumbass. Anyways,
how charged are you? We could cut it and do part 2 if you want. I got time.
Well, I want you to. I don't care what we do.
We could do it. We could do a 2-parter because we don't have you in. We don't have you in next week.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I'll give you a 2-parter if you want. I'm just hanging. I have nothing to do tonight.
So hold on real quick. No, go ahead.
I'm excited about this shit.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, fucking go.
Okay, so you know how everything has a better version of itself. You can buy a pair of shoes, or you can buy a fucking dope pair of shoes.
Oh, I know.
They have like sand. So sand. Their sands are better than more sands that can make glass, and some sands. Anyways, this is called the True Mirror, and what this is pretty expensive. This is real.
I feel like he's gonna have me sell it.
The way this is a true vision of how you look. This mirror does not lie to you like other mirrors do because they're not that good of a grade. So when you see yourself in this, this is how other people see you.
I feel like
do you want to look at it?
No, because I feel like you're making me sell Cutco knives now.
Oh, you don't have to look at me.
Yeah, let me take
this fucked my world up.
No, I'm fucking.
All right, this is how people see you. It shows. All right, now look.
Well, put it up a little higher.
You hold it. What do you think?
It looks like how I look when I look in the mirror.
Really? Not me, man. I fucking hate that mirror so much.
Let me take a look.
Eugene's like, let me see that shit.
He's like, I still look good.
Damn, I'm
You're
fucking.
good looking.
What the fuck are we?
He's like, same chisel jawline, no problems here.
Hey, but I did mushrooms in St. Thomas, And I was looking for some type of guidance, and it said at 35, you kind of have geared your life to be the person you're supposed to be, and you have a good heart. And I'm a nurturer.
You set an alarm on it?
Yeah. That was for him to show me the mirror.
It was. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we're gonna step out real quick. We're gonna do a part 2 with Eugene because we're not gonna be here next week, and we're having such a good time right now. That does not do anything.
Yeah, just in case.
Oh,
I just want to see you.
okay.
You want me to tell you how the world sees you?
Jesus Christ! All right, hold 1 second. We'll be right back.
Stand up, sitting down, talking about the life of a clown.